principalities.
There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump.
It's going to be fun to see how he goes about approaching this game.
We table issues relating to the arts and entertainment for a riveting discussion, of course, without fear nor favor.
The question the presenter asked them was a dumb question. You need to speak the part and move.
Varied views. We agree to disagree.
So I would disagree with everything you said. I think that he's a smart guy. I think what he did.
No, but I also said he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
I guess that I'm waiting for the what next.
Yeah, I don't think that we have to wait for what next.
It sometimes gets confrontational, but that's the beauty of the game.
Today you deny funny face. It's not my brother. Today you deny funny face. I don't know him. You don't know funny face. It's not my brother. You don't know funny face.
It's a package. We meet, we sit, we dialogue, we learn, we progress. My name is Benefo Huabin Abrantepa, a proud blogger, and this is my forum.
Your friend me Yausapon. Me a gospel musician. Yausapon and that's more for. You knew I won't hear me. I did meet him a catcher one say, Nina, yesterday. Say, ye be bought or crabia home by. It's answer accident, no. A coony person ya be a wobias. Timino me no dear near Baya. Ye beat him accident is only will beat you no a crowd to quine. Next time the overtian say ye flow, only nipa we. Waka baby, and ye be accident. Nti Mr. Minuano, Inina yenye bako, name choir, ye beat me to animals. Naminu me no ye beat me. So do the right thing, save a life.
Merry Christmas, everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Desmond Bredo. So 2020 has been tough for many reasons. In fact, you have a global pandemic. If that's not tough enough, people have lost their jobs. Sadly, and sadly, people have even passed. And amidst all these things, it's important that we acknowledge that we have life. And if you have life, we move. Now, as I mentioned, 2020 has been tough, and I'm sure for most people, our finances has not been in good shape for a reason or the other. So this video, we talk about how our finances were in 2020 and how we can improve on our finances going into 2021. If you're new here, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button and turn the notification so you don't miss anything that I post on this channel. Remember, 2021, it's a year of so much content that's coming to your way that will help you in your financial independence journey. As you're about to enter 2021, many people like me who have our New Year resolutions, happily write it down, then move on. It's okay, this is what we're going to do in 2021. And trust me, our finances should not be any different. We need to find ways of improving our 2021 finances. Now, we can't do that without first reflecting on 2020. What we did wrong, let me put it that way. Then we can suggest ways of improving it. Now, to make this video more practical, through my main interactions, I jot down what many people thought was their main reasons for not saving or why they struggled with their finances. So I'll share with you just a couple of them. Then based on that, we'll zoom into how we can then improve our finances for 2021. The very first reason that many people gave me was that this one, the money is not enough. I mean, I have so many responsibilities. Now, the second reason that people gave me that was okay, this was the reason why I struggled with my finance was that, well, I couldn't save a lot. My spendthrift, any money I get, it's gone. I don't know. Before I realized I get money, then it's gone. Now, the third reason that really stood out for me was lots of people merge their account together, or they have just one account that they deal with. Everything is in that account. So before they realize they don't have anything in their account, their money is gone. The fourth reason is that people actually needed help with their finances. I mean, they probably earn quite a good amount of money, but they're not able to manage it, so they need help to do that. And finally, people lived beyond their means. If you're being realistic, people were punching above their weight in terms of succumbing to social pressure. But all of that is standing. That's 2020. We are game. Now let's move on to 2021. These are things that will help you improve on all these things. If you find yourself in any decision in 2020, don't worry. A new slate, 2021, we move. But one thing that I forgot to touch on in the reason was many people actually fell to get rich quick schemes, and it was a mess for many people. They invested their money, all right, and money was vanished like that, like magic. What can we do differently in 2021 to make sure that our finances are not the same as we happened in 2020? Now, the first thing that stands out for me is that for many people, they don't have a financial plan for themselves. And in 2021, I encourage everybody to create a financial plan. And this is what I do. But first, let me just define what a financial plan is. So a financial plan is simply a detailed plan telling you where your finances is in terms of what the current state, what you ultimately want it to be, and how you plan on getting there. So stage one is where you are. Let's say you have X amount as your cash. You have a property somewhere. You owe somebody. So that's your assets, your liabilities, and your income. How much you earn. What you ultimately want to be, or in terms of your future ambitions. Let's say I want to probably in the next 2 years own a house here, own this property, own this vehicle, and how you plan on getting there, where you need to invest. Ideally, you should do this with a financial advisor, but don't worry, I'll upload another video showing you exactly what to do in getting your financial plan. So the second thing that you can do in 2021 to improve on your finance is to get a side hustle. You remember that I mentioned that many people said this one, the money is not enough. Yes, it's not enough for everybody. So 2021, let's make sure that we are getting a side hustle. Do something you love. If it's selling clothes that you want to do, sell it. If you want to sell perfumes, sell it. Anything that can generate you extra money, do it. Probably you're in a corporate setting and you have a car. Give it someone to drive it around during your working hours, ask Uber, and get some extra cash. Now, Charlie, this year, 2021, no room for, we won't leave any loose coins anymore. Make sure that we are getting something some way, somehow. And for me, I think let's label 2021 as the year of the side hustles. Get something doing. For me, I have so many plans that I probably share with you in another video, but let's all be creative. Get something doing and we move. Now, the third thing that we can do in 2021 to improve our finances is to make sure that we have a savings and our investment target. Now, I realized that the people that went through the challenge that I did 6 months ago, they actually were able to meet their targets because they had or even exceed their target. So make sure that 2021 you set for yourself, okay, probably I want to save or invest 5,000 or 10,000 or 20,000. Put that target down. And if you have that target, then you can, okay, how do I achieve this target? Every month I need to put aside 500 cedis, and that is how we can achieve the goal that we want to achieve. So that's the third thing that I'll tell everybody to do. I mean, I do this almost every time. I keep reviewing my target. Okay, if I get there, how do I improve on the target? And I think 2021, each person should do it. Remember, we don't have the same 2020 or Charlie, not just me. Everybody needs to improve on that. So let's move on to the fourth thing that you can. Now, the fourth thing you need to do to improve your finances in 2021 is to budget. Now, I've touched so many times on budgeting, and I'll leave a link here where you can click on it and learn more about budgeting. But it's important in 2021 we don't leave budgeting out. Budgeting should be a lifestyle for you. Plan your money, know where your money is coming, and track the expense that you make. Where can you make improvement? And that's what will make the difference for you between living the same 2020 life or living an improved 2021 life. Now, the fifth thing you need to do to improve your finances in 2021 is to start thinking about the long term. Start thinking about retirement. Now, I put up a picture on my Twitter account showing you how many more salaries, if you're a salary worker, you have left. If, for example, the retirement age is 60 and you are 30 years old, 30 means you have 30 more years to retirement. Multiply the 30 by the 12, and that will give you an indication of how many more salaries you have left. So once you start thinking about the retirement that is nearer than we think it is, you can actually start putting something aside every single month to reach the retirement goal that you need. So 2021, let's all start thinking about retirement, and don't think retirement is far off. Now, even as of June 2020 this year, people were taking as low as 312 Ghana cedis from their SNIT contribution. So, and it's not something that is sustainable. So it's important that we start planning for our retirement. Now, another thing that you can do is to choose a great accountability partner. Now, in 2021, we don't want to live in silos. We don't want to live in a vacuum. You need people who can help you reach your goals. And it's important we get accountability partners or buddies that we can talk to about our financial decisions. If something you want to spend on or something you want to get, you can ask someone, okay, what do you think about this expenditure? What do you think about this? And the person will help you make a better informed decision. If you want, you can also hit me up and I'll be your accountability buddy for some few times. Now, another thing you can do to improve your finances in 2021 is to start paying off your debt. I mean, if you owe people, now you have to get money to pay interest and principal. And let's try to start paying off those little loans that we owe people and have more money for ourselves. So, and you can use two methods. It's either use the debt avalanche or the snowball method. And the snowball method tells you to just start with the small ones first, start one with the little interest first, pay the one first, then move on to the larger ones. The debt avalanche on the other hand tells you to focus on the big ones with the high interest first, then you work it back to the smaller ones. Now, another thing that you can do to improve your finances in 2021 is to avoid quick cash schemes or where you can get money quickly. We are in this country where many people have been victims to fraudulent activities, and those quick cash schemes will be plenty in 2021. And it's important that we're able to ask ourselves the right questions before we just jump on every single investment option that's there. Do your own due diligence and find out sure the investment is actually good for you. Then you can actually go ahead and invest in it. And another thing that we can do also to improve our finances is have an emergency fund. Start creating an emergency fund that you want to do every month. Put something aside, because I've realized that if you don't have an emergency fund, you can plan so much and something will come up, then you have to wipe out all your savings and investment to pay off those things. So start creating an emergency fund for yourself. And finally, don't forget to take insurance and assurance policies for yourself. Someone posted on Twitter that they had to go through a lot in terms of paying funeral expenses and things like that. So it's important we take advantage of these insurance policies that are in place, and we can improve on our finances. So that's it, guys. I've touched on so many things that will help you improve your finances. I hope you can put these things into practice, and hopefully we can have a better 2021. I wish you a happy and a Merry Christmas, and hopefully we see you, all of you, in 2021. Thank you so much for your support. See you.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
Mobile banking.
Thank you. And your favorite, mobile money?
tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects, and others right here on GhanaWeb TV.
Your friend me Yausapon. Me a gospel musician. Yausapon and that's more for. You knew I won't hear me. I did meet him a catcher one say, Nina, yesterday. Say, ye be bought or crabia home by. It's answer accident, no. A kumuni person ya be a wobias. Timino me no dear near Baya. Ye beat him accident is only will beat you no a crowd to quine. Next time the overtian say ye fro, only nipa we. Waka baby, and ye be accident. Nti Mr. Minuano, inyina yenye bako, na yewe kwanya, yebiti me tu sa animals. Na minu me no na yebiti me aye. So do the right thing, save a life.
On behalf of my government and the people of Sierra Leone, formally welcome all of you to this, our beautiful country. I'm particularly grateful that you have honored our invitation to join us in our 60th independence celebration today. 60 years ago today, this great and promising country gained independence. For us, this 60th independence anniversary is a celebration of our trials, tribulations, and triumphs as a nation. The most painful of these trial periods, as we could recall, was the 11-year civil conflict. Somehow, we have survived as a nation. One writer, Michael Check, aptly describes Sierra Leone's emergence from the turbulence associated with these trials as the country that came back from the dead. Looking back, the 60th independence anniversary should be a moment to celebrate our resilience as a people. But even as we celebrate our resilience, it is not lost on us the sacrifices made by our sister countries and in the continent to help Sierra Leone when Sierra Leone needed help the most. That is why, as a show of our gratitude, we have made it an objective and purpose that the 60th independence anniversary should also celebrate that trust and sacrifices your individual countries made in our turbulent journey thus far.
Fellow West Africans, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be in this historic city of Freetown this afternoon and happy to be the guest of the brotherly people of Sierra Leone and of its president, my good friend, His Excellency Julius Maada Bio, at your 60th Independence Day celebration. On behalf of the governments and peoples of all the countries represented here, and on behalf of the ECOWAS community, I congratulate warmly the government and people of Sierra Leone on this momentous achievement. Indeed, if there's any country in West Africa that has shown resilience and the will to persevere in the face of numerous challenges and obstacles, there's no better example than Sierra Leone, and this is worthy of commendation. Building a new Sierra Leone together, the theme for this celebration, imposes a sacred responsibility on each and every one of you to contribute your quota to the construction of a happy and prosperous Sierra Leone, in which all of you, including particularly the youth, women, and the vulnerable in society, will have equal opportunities to realize your potential and build lives of dignity. That is when your country's independence will be meaningful. Building a new Sierra Leone together means you must always bear in mind the words of the oft-cited quote, which says, and I quote again, that which unites us is far greater than that which divides us. So whether you are Mende, Temne, Limba, Loko, Fula, Mandingo, Creole, Susu, Kisi, or Kru, I appeal to you to look beyond where you come from. You must deepen the cohesion amongst you. You must deepen the cohesion amongst you and promote a spirit of reconciliation for the sake of your beloved country, its progress and prosperity. You are Sierra Leoneans first and foremost, and I urge you to wear that accolade with pride. There's nothing you can do better to pay homage to Sir Milton Magai, Shaka Stevens, Isaac Wallace Johnson, Lamina Sanko, Ella Gulama, Hector Reginald, and the many others who fought to free you from colonialism and imperialism, than to dedicate this 60th day independence anniversary to working hard for the peace, progress, and prosperity of Sierra Leone. As chairman of the authority of heads of state and governments of ECOWAS, I urge all of us in the community to work towards the day when all of us will look to doing business, first in West Africa and Africa, before looking to Europe, Asia, and the Americas. Because we have the men and women, the goods, the services, and the quality. When we think of West Africa and Africa before our individual countries, we're not just being Pan-Africanists, we're being true nationalists, because what makes West Africa better will make each of our individual countries better and more prosperous. It is time for those who believe in regional integration to give enthusiastic support to community decisions and inspire confidence and integrity in the structural organs of ECOWAS. Our people deserve no less, and the dream of prosperity will be within our grasp. I wish you all a happy 60th anniversary and God's blessings. May God bless Sierra Leone, Mother Africa, and us all. I thank you for your attention, and thank you once again for the honor.
Powers and principalities.
There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump collapsed.
It's going to be fun to see how he goes about approaching this game.
The forest in the central region is Kakum National Park, which has 7 suspending long canopy walkway and a spectacular view of the forest with trees over 300 years old.
And it's one of the top places to see when you're in Ghana, so take note.
The Kakum National Park is about 4 hours drive from Accra, and so let's go right into the video.
You got to let it go. You got to let it go. You got to let it go. You got to let it go.
And this is their reception area.
Before getting to the canopy walkway, there is a brief hike, so kindly remember to wear your hiking shoes.
Guys, I'm going to do the Kakum canopy walk, and I have here my water and my drone and face towel together with my phone for pictures. And so come on, let's go, guys.
This is the beginning, or this is the entrance. This one we have 7 bridges to cross. So there's 7 bridges, heights ranging from 11 to 40 meters. 40 meters is the highest point, and it's about 131 feet. So those of us who are not okay with heights, I will urge you not to look down. So that's very simple for us. Then 350 meters long. And also we are going to walk on tree tops this morning. So as we walk on tree tops, as we go up on the trees, it's going to give us a better view of Kakum forest. Picture taking is allowed. But at any point you are taking pictures, we make sure we hold our phones and camera very tight so that they don't fall. We're also going to experience a little shaking, a little sound whilst we are walking. Since the walkway is hanging, made up of cable, ladder, and then the wooden board, is going to produce some sound. Don't focus or don't concentrate about the noise you hear. You rather focus on the fun you are having instead. The walkway of Kakum has been here since '94. Without any incidents or without any casualties. So if you are here this morning to experience the Kakum canopy walkway, I urge you, do not put any fears in you. The walkway is safe for everybody. No matter how heavy you are, no matter how your weight is, the walkway is ready to support or carry you. Because the maximum weight the bridges can support is 8 tons, and that is the weight of 2 big forest elephants. So it means that we human beings, we are all going to go. Feel free, have fun, and then take pictures. So it's time for us to have fun.
Thank you.
There's also a bypass.
Let me take pictures of my friends because I love them. Are you scared?
Yes.
Go, go, go. I've done this. This is like my 7th time here. Go, 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 go. Millie is scared, and this is the atmosphere here. So all you can see is trees. So the canopy walkway is 7 rope courses, and then if you are tired and you want to use the bypass, this is the bypass where he's going towards. Yes. So if you are not adventurous like me and you want to do just like 3 rope courses, you can just do that. If not, and you want to enjoy this, come along with me. Come, let's go. On the highest and the longest rope course, and so yeah. And this looks a little thinner than the first one. Why is it so though?
I don't know why.
You don't know why? Why? So how often do you change the ropes?
Every 6 months.
Every 6 months?
Yes, every 6 months.
Oh, okay.
So currently we are going to do a major maintenance. So all the stuff is ready. So from next week, we'll be changing the ropes and the ladders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. So this currently is 6 months old, and after 6 months,
yeah, we change. We place the new ones. Yeah.
So this is the view on the 4th rope course. Shelly didn't make it. Millie didn't make it. Kelvin didn't make it. I'm the only one who made it with my tour guide, which is my new friend, Richard. Richard is my best friend on this trip because they left me behind. Can you imagine? Look at this. So it means we are on top of the trees.
Yeah.
Wow. So if your item should fall, would you get it for us?
No, it will be difficult.
To be difficult?
Yeah.
Why?
It can even hit on something before it gets to the ground. So by the time you get it, it's spoiled.
It's spoiled. Oh, okay. So it's not advisable to be.
So we always advise you to hold your
phone.
Your phones, your stuff very well.
I see. So this is how it's going. 4 more. How many more? 3 more. 2 more. Okay, 2 more to go. Then we are done with the rope course. On the last but one rope course, and yeah, come, let's go. I just realized I came with water, but I'm not really thirsty because it's not something that is requires a lot of energy. And if you are tall, just know you are safe, because even if you are very, very tall, I am like 5'7", and so if you are 6 feet, just know that at least the rope course is still somewhere on your chest, which is very fine. So don't be scared. I think this is something you should try whenever you are in Ghana. And it's one of the top places to see when you're in Ghana, so take note. guys, if you are coming to the Kakum National Park, this is the first entrance and this is the last exit. But I found some cocoa. Let me know in the comment section if you've eaten cocoa before. If you haven't eaten, I will definitely cut it. Twitter, please cut it for me so that I can show my subscribers how it looks like. Yeah. How much is it? 2 cedis. 2 cedis for one. So yeah, this is how it looks like. This is the raw cocoa. So you pick the seed, then you lick the mucus out of the seeds. That's when you get to enjoy the. It's nice, oh. Richard, come and try.
Oh, I've been trying it.
You come and try it. Today you're my favorite person. Since Richard has been my friend taking more of my videos, today he gets to enjoy.
Oh, are you shading us?
Yes, you're not. You're not my favorite person today.
Oh, let me try some.
It's really good. Very, very nice. So yeah, whenever you come here, at least try cocoa. Try coconut if you don't like cocoa. Hey, do you know, funny enough, I don't eat chocolate.
Oh, but you can eat it. Yeah.
I can eat cocoa. So yeah.
You're a natural girl. You like it when it's natural.
You know? So I am currently done with the rope courses and all my friends have left me. So I don't even know why, but I'm walking back. Walking back is quite easy than coming up. So yeah, I am currently descending down the hill and it's going to take me about 10 minutes walk. And so yeah, this brings us to the end of this vlog. Guys, let me know in the comment section, have you been here? I know a lot of you have been here. This is like my 7th time here, because when I was young, anytime there was I used to come here. So I've done a lot of on the rope courses, but I haven't really vlogged it, documented on YouTube. That's the main reason why I came here, just to be able to document it for you all that have not been here and what to expect when you come here. So yeah, that's the experience here. It cost me 25 Ghana cedis per adult and 50 Ghana cedis for non-Ghanaians. So if you're a foreigner, expect to pay a little more than we the locals. So yeah, this brings us to the end of this vlog. I'm currently working in the forest with birds chirping, monkeys.
They are not human friendly, so when they see you, they move away.
They move away. Oh, okay. So the monkeys here are not human friendly. So yeah. And so this brings us to the end. It's been an exciting one. If you missed any video, or guys, I'll be posting my treehouse experience just after this video, and so you don't want to miss it. You want to experience with me how it went and everything. So yeah, until then, next time, I love you all. As always, you're my favorite person. Mwah, mwah. My hands are full, so I can't even blow kisses. Can you imagine? So yeah, this is a nice way to say goodbye. You have survived. Please hand over your badge. I have an art center where you could buy your made in Ghana paintings, beautiful necklace. This is so beautiful. Let me check. How much is this? 500. Thank you. And then how much is this purse? 30 cedis. Why is that necklace expensive? 500 cedis. The necklace, the one with the beads.
Right. The beads are
expensive. Oh, okay.
Yes, please.
Hi, my name is Nanama McBrown. I'm proud to be part of GhanaWeb Road Safety Campaign. Please, do the right thing. Save a life. Brim.
COVID-19 has no doubt ravaged our economy, just as it has done to many economies around the globe. Businesses have been badly impacted, and several lives have been lost to the pandemic. Government's swift and bold interventions are yielding results, as the severity of the pandemic is steadily reducing. And I'm hopeful that our continuous adherence to the safety protocols will lead to the systematic reduction in the number of cases and fatalities. It is obvious that the film and entertainment sectors are some of the worst hit by the pandemic, resulting in thousands of job losses. As we gradually emerge from the pandemic, I'd like to urge players in the sector to step up their entrepreneurial acumen. Philanthropreneurs must lead in the creation of new businesses, which will serve as an important ingredient for the development of a vibrant business sector. In this regard, I want to particularly entreat the youth, especially women, to help develop greater interest in the value chain. Ghana is determined to create an environment that fosters youth entrepreneurship, which results in the creation of new business entities. And I want to conclude on a matter which I know is of great concern to many of you, that the opening of cinemas is under constant review by the COVID-19 task force, and hopefully we'll hear from the task force very soon. Fortunately, Ghana has the famous National Film and Television Institute, NAFTI, which is the oldest film and television training school in the region. Government is retooling NAFTI to enable it provide the needed training for players in the industry in our quest to make Ghana attractive to international film productions, as well as the hub of film production in West Africa. 45 million euros have been approved for NAFTI to reform it into a world-class training facility. The school is also introducing specialized courses in script writing as well as the business of film. This means that Ghana will now have graduates with speciality in script writing to feed the film sector and help build the needed structures for a vibrant film ecosystem. And NAFTI will also be issuing its own degrees as part of the University of Media Arts.
So, President, we are working very hard with the private sector to build multi-purpose studios in this country. By end of next year, God willing, we'll have a very big multi-purpose film studio to produce films and music in this country. We are doing that because the President thinks that the creative arts sector is a gold area for Ghana. The President has access to make sure that we do whatever we can to ensure that this sector is not only competitive in Ghana, but globally. And I want to urge everybody to support us in our drive to create a sector that will create jobs for young people and contribute to Ghana's GDP. So, President, the tourism, arts, and culture sector would generate from next year, God willing, $5 billion as revenue to this country and be the number one contributor to Ghana's GDP from number 4. Let me thank all of you and wish you a fruitful afternoon. Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, the arts, particularly film and music, are money. They are big, big money avenues. So I want to assure you, we want to improve, do all that we can, resource these sectors, and make sure that our filmmakers and artists become rich and comfortable. We will do that. We will invest in this ecosystem to make sure that our artists, filmmakers, musicians inclusive, become rich and comfortable. As part of the President's effort to create jobs and make Ghanaians rich. In this connection, Mr. President, we want to help produce 200 movies every year. 200 Ghanaian movies every year. And that will generate approximately 40,000 jobs every year from the film sector alone. We also want to encourage the production of film scripts. If you have a film bank with good scripts, they'll have very good films to show.
I am overly excited about today, and I've been thinking about what to do for a start. I think my soul tells me I have to sing. So for those of you who can sing, especially Lai Kingston and the Tinker director, you have to join me. Thank you. So, if you have been through the Colts system, if you are a Colts football player, if you are a club owner belonging to that industry, you should know how to sing. Because singing is part of the Colts culture in our country. Oh, what to me can say. Thank you. Yeah.
powers and principalities. There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump collapsed.
It's going to be fun to see how he goes about approaching this game.
With him.
I think they need to circulate everything when it comes to financially. You know, the national team belongs to the country, so I believe that if they can spread everything to every national team, including women football as well, I think it's going to benefit everyone. Because the money is for the country, and if we have every team that belongs to the country, everyone has to have his fair share. This argument has been going on for a while. One thing people should understand that every footballer, that's the profession that he chose. And after a football career, sometimes there is no pension pay, ex gratia or anything. So it's work that the footballers are doing. So what is due for them, I think it's fair for them to have it, because that's what they rely on. So for me, I think when it comes to money, the money that is due for players in the country, they deserve to take it. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. I had goosebumps all over, because you know it's been a while. It's been very long since we don't have juvenile football. So bringing back juvenile football, I think it's so amazing to be part of it. You know, and I'm happy to be here. It's simple. You know, you can't build a building without a foundation. And for me, I think with solid foundation, you can have a very stable building. Juvenile football is a place that you pick all the tricks and all the smart moves and everything. And you know, we were very lucky enough that our time we have very competitive juvenile football. That's what made us good players now, and also that's what helped us for us to be able to fit into the Premier League. You know, for us, some of us from because of the experiences that we had in the juvenile football, we did not experience third division, we didn't experience second division. From coach football, we moved straight to the Premier League. So those things are something that helped some of us. So I think it's very good for it to be back. For me, to bring it back is not going to be easy. After laying off juvenile football for a long time, and then bringing it back, and you can see the launch was very, very successful, went on very successful, and everything that the FA president, Ketekruku, put it across, I think it's quite motivating for the up-and-coming players. You know, you can see that there is motivation about best player, giving them opportunity to be part of the youth national team, the U17s. It's quite a motivation, you know, best player winning things and all that. And also, one key thing that I picked from it is trying to educate the coaches over there as well for us to have good football. The only advice I'll give them is, you know, football is very good. We're all talking about football, but as a youth, you don't have to waste your education when you are young. You need to focus on education as well.
We are so happy. We thank the Almighty God for bringing us so far, and we know that with your support, with the support of corporate Ghana, with the support of the media, with the support of the government of Ghana, and all the multinational organizations and all state institutions, Ghana football will find its place, because the real talent will be developed well. And by the time they get to the Premier League and the Blasters level, with this platform, they are able to learn a lot. So by the time they get to that level, they are ready and ripe for the big stage. You've seen that we've started with a new regulations. We are going to make sure we streamline the league well, so that there won't be those days that there were so many issues. We'll make sure those things doesn't happen, and we'll make sure that the academy young referees will keep developing them, and they will one day become our referees in the Premier League, because they are starting now. Apart from that, the coaches are also going to get, and if you saw, we did the license D for all the coaches, so they are not going to get licenses. They must understand, even to coach a juvenile, there's a different way to coach a juvenile than to coach a player who is mature. So we are going to make sure all these areas are well equipped, so that the game itself will come out and you see quality. Then we will look at funding. That is one major thing that very soon we'll announce a project, a strategy that we want to have regular and a sustainable funding project, so that we can be able to fund these projects well, and then Ghana will benefit in the long run.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
mobile banking.
Thank you. And your favorite, mobile money?
Tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects and others right here on GhanaWeb TV.
Hello, my name is Priscilla Na Akle Planch. I'm a survivor of a road accident. It wasn't easy for me. I went through 6 surgeries, and for 2 years I was using crutches. It wasn't an easy experience, and I don't want you to go through the same. So please, follow all the road safety regulations that you have to. Don't drive tired, don't drink and drive. And to my fellow friends who ride motorcycles, please, the road signals are for you as well. Please pay attention to them. Stay safe, do the right thing, and save a life.
GhanaWeb edi mfie aduonu mienu na afi no ye hye ho efa etiri sema eda so GhanaWeb then, now and later. Na ye de niema pi na egugu akwan mu se de be ya ye mfi nhyiade ebedi mu. Didi mu akote na emu baako ene road safety campaign. E de ase yenu se kan kwanhia a ekoso wo mamu no e bobo ho dawro se ne be ya eso ebete. Ene ye ne opanyin baako a waje din pa e wo nwumtuo mu, gospel musician ya sapon ene e betwetwe nkomo. Ofa akwaba
ya eja
na pom tise
yeho adom pomu ye
enano wonya nkwanhia esida ben na ekwan ben na fa so e bae
last year October na me free Accra High Kumasi nti etra Sankara barrier no in fact na previous day no na makoye program kakra nti na mabre ntina mada but me team ni me hu se car no a call left na barrage na unexpected a try a koto amene bi mu in fact a try say a samosoto team hu ya na se car no da amene mu street e wo road na kwa na nchewo na accident this year nkofo bibiri di make ba car no na omo try say omo yi Africa ni ame o menana me first born wa akola be 2 years ana sapon no ono so te car ni omo be yi ni bi na omo te say akola bi e obu e da bushi ho isu ata ye de na ye nim be bi e na omo ko fa no nyame da oma ono we mpra but maami ti wa me singa no the wisdom teeth in etui na be hye ne kon wante ma ne kon no eswele serious na me third born Jordan ono so koto car na se ma car no to no so be 15 minutes anza mo fe mankofo abitima ba be yi na idru ya na just hospital ambulance rush no de no call Philanthropy hospital na on admit omu nyina egu me na me ho odin ga kranti me de omu ma me kofi na ye ma me tiwa me ba no Jordan na Joyce lady o kan ye group no omu nyina de omu da hospital o check akra sana yi omu be fi nti up to now you know ka say nyina tiwa ne me ba nya omu gusu a omu no mu a kese aka tiwa ko de aka seji ba ko enso mko omu yen ba ko omu se asan ka ba ko nti sana e ko happen very terrible accident
na o say na wote echire now out front and when it and say yes na nipa na no twika no o say denesi
in fact omo na omo because o take on kakra ben dina nipa gina timi de na meti en say driver no and yes ha mistake omo ne driver ba ko na oba as so we driver no ayi overtaking indina je say yes ya kwa yese omo be crash nti we no hu sa na wo yi car na fa nchen eni ade nti oti oyi ye osi ya na gravels no bi ho osi so according to omo na omo gina ho no na car na start say someone to because onim say obi betima you overtaking at IHC nti na one de wonam ne kwai na wo nti omo che say we a driver ba ko na ofiri say yi ba no na o cause accident we nyina nso
I see ebra akwanjani see no omo a ebeto so no say na ahokeka no ACF isanse yinim se kan kwanhia sisi ya ebi mu ha mo beboa say ye befa mo akọ hospital ebi so afi no mo ba betwa sini no mo dey send say dey sini o say na ahokeka neti
in fact to be frank kofono ya dey my surprise me because nipa dimrika ba mache se utimu se nipa ba ho no na omunya sympathy my pa je se omu ye adwuma to be frank omu ye adwuma pa especially me ba na auto car na se no a car no to no so no omu frefre we di mika no kukurum na ko se ho no ben krum we di mika no ko within a short time na nipa bo nipa no doso azana omu timi pushi car ne free me ba no so because tundra mood
tundra to afrano so
tundra just utim say American spec ni bi awa outim say enye agro fa omo ntide bia me ko indi ba me da kru mo fo ase pa che say omo boy enye agro omo boy omo boy ejina car say nam kwan so be nyina bi egu car ma car no kwa ye kokwa ba ko omo gina no chance yesterday ebinimo tutu cars ni di echi ndi ba ko no ese wo kwan so de eko na di udi echi na fast no mu yi ase va omo ya de omo ya de
minim se we ni ebredi kan a BBC ato a we ni bredi kan
we ni bredi
na we pie bi so da na wo hu bi
medical bi echi a unexpected mu ya ni se start ekobush na me immediate me cook was na me driver ma car no ko hwidue bi mu ma omu prepare ni pa omu ye fo omu nyina obia serious ba ko kwa de ne minim bia na but obi enwu obenim nti me driver na me ne nam e friend so jama me ni minu ne ko ba bia car no bushi we wu aye no ko sisa omu nyina de omu e be gu me car no mu ne car bi su gina ya de omu ko hospital me pie bi su da
se yehwe nipa dudu a enya kan kwanhia na omo efri mu ana so omo hwere omo nkwa ekọ animu pa wo hwa nansen akra wo de toto covid yi ho a nipa na ewu esan kan kwanhia no edoso sene covid-19 wodi wani eto forma den na ususu se edi we se nyina eba den na yenye niye
one thing is drivers no na say omunya hwie kasa chere omu because most of the drivers ni bibiri ye temper ase wo pre no wo pentem se wo ko ena baby a wo ko no say even car no wo ko normal speed no kwa udura any one hour kwa na de wo no I wo ko over speed any one hour kwa na de wo ko normal speed na ba beto eho efa no efri drivers no omo ahwe ya omo nye wo kwa no so ena ebinum nso drive na omo drive no wa bokra na o de kaka ena cars zo nyina yenim se they were car city just twinkle of an eye na accident eba ena ebinum nso so dia omo ema accident ne ba se nani kumukura na o drive because minimum kophobia me no mo di nkomo mo because na me dey see ani me da kura metimi kaka enye no kure anti nkophobia wo suban bi wo mu a eno na ese omutimi jai na accident no so ti because accident bi e bisi bia na wo the cause enye car na fitin ya na da enti sa
wo hwa ya bo kan kwanhia ho dawro sene esese ye bokodru kan kwanhia ho dawro no dia me ni kura ni isa enya dia ye se de isa aya dia ebi na wo kan say this year omo ye covid no kura no accident e kum so enso se wunye obi owo ho ana omo wunu nko bi sori a nka obutime hu say driver we ya ene na mo no ma sa problem be ba drivers no attitude ena omo cause accident enye car no keke cause accident bi e bisi bia obo overtaking wrong overtaking obi beye no na obi susu nam ne kwaso no akwiti say ye die so o trust enti kasache ne de isua say omuma entimi amanfo pa ti say in fact road accident ho campaign na say able drivers kokopa de say yes so common to say bibi to say sort say the nchene ye common for baby obi hu say say because drivers na so serious ebinum just the car na go tren kura no afekwa na bi a wagilances afei na wo enti esa road accident no ho campaign na mo ye no one the esa kura bi o minya accident and me hu say you ade say ye pa anya sa omo kunkrofo keke me say senye nyankopon ene gina mechi a bibia because the car na ye over repairs we are in you the way I see here you know ammo akra
ammo say you know the car is almost friend na bibi omo say no na ye mo ye car omo say ni me nu nyina they always say you know omo ntimi en street no mfanye car etutu car no ni so it's like say that is in here kasa kire more radio so papers mu television so what say no kwa na ho say e common okuma
eyimu nyina no aban asudi eda aban so anything na wodi wani eto forma aban ye ne fam de na wo ye ekosi empempenso a ye yesusu senka wo yana
de me hu ni say government the cry no they all in isa imagine say you beto aba hwe kwan a wo fa so ye campaign kasa mo ma obia bibia ko nipa so mu yi I think say road safety campaign no it deserve a lot of attention because say unya accident da hu the way etie so but any effort e kwan no susa drivers no hu say kwan ni susa baby a obi hia obi any kra no wo take go speed obi di be san ho no because on American highway American na omu road ebi nim cars ni bi ko 8 ebi ko 6 kwan no so mo hu say why ye kwan susa and now unexpected no ko pieka bi so obi po bi ase asisi ho wo anaka bi dia ko hase che say government no man any ko road accident too much too much too much.
Yeah, say udi wafutu etwa to okra ma den na ususu den potin na ubenya ananka ye de egu akwan mu na ma kan kwanhia na so ati
me de me feel nka government no enye na said say all the stations nya omo ge licenses free omo ansa na otima operate think omo van kan omo measures ho say this year ubeye road accident ho ube ma amamfo hu hia say eni say esi enka omo measures omo de be ma omo oba anopa first thing can once because cars na enam sa 24 hours na radio stations e wa kra hankwa I say almost about ebu 100 kuma say ebu 100 takra de almost about be 20 just the whole Ghana baby nti omo manyu mo say any TV stations omo beje licenses ade we de omo nye ne te say de e beto aba o e a omo ye no na enko ni because abofo e kan omo say e sa no mo life ti ade omo say be ha omo no they make sure say omo ye a whole serious campaign man kofu na drivers no so omo stations na omo tete the proto no money different station omo nko omo ho na omo nyina ehun say nipa na okuku omo no ye pe omo 4 years de omo to aba na enye restrictions bi mremu both side na drivers ni hu passengers obi o got na kemo be argument is go no driver attention e won kasa no so na fe omo enye straight say omo ni nkuvonga so obi ti uti obi kam no hu say okono no monsa binum timi gina na omo akotwa bi omo twa bi ya no be ni nyina no enye sa ne mo we say government mo ni bre ho na the government be ye no because o kasa ye na ye beda kafi we timi we kafi obi ansi abonte obi ansi a bar critical say you read by meshes beginning editing case for first time one a buy you see nyina ingo de obi akọ dem upia o problem I say a road accident in some meshes we never because the way akasi e kum nipa no yesus
ofa ebeda se so ne twetwen komo e wo GhanaWeb TV so abusia aha na brebe ma yakwan ama de ye interview with gospel musician ya Saponu ABC. Ya kai wo say ye di en 22nd anniversary. Say uhu bibi e wo wakwan so na ususu say sadi we say betimi de kan kwanhia ba yimpanyifo asutre. Anya sanso a say o film o video now they send here newswires@ghanaweb.com, email newswires@ghanaweb.com, and our social media, we are on all social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram is at the GhanaWeb. Otagenya yebedi hu djuma ye nyina yensom na kan kwanhia eso emrase e wo man Ghana mu medin e de Benefo Boabin Abrantepa.
Powers and principalities.
There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump collapsed.
It's going to be fun to see how he goes about approaching this game.
We table issues relating to the arts and entertainment for a riveting discussion, of course, without fear nor favor.
The question the presenter asked them was a dumb question. You need to speak the fact and move.
Varied views. We agree to disagree.
So I would disagree with everything you said. I think that he's a smart guy. I think what he did.
No, but I also said he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
I guess that I'm waiting for the what next.
Yeah, I don't think that we have to wait for what next.
It sometimes gets confrontational, but that's the beauty of the game.
Today you are denying funny face.
It's not my brother.
Today you are denying funny face.
I don't know him.
You don't know funny face.
It's not my brother.
You don't know funny face.
It's a package. We meet, we sit, we dialogue, we learn, we progress. My name is Benefo Boabin Abrantepa, a proud blogger, and this is my forum.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
mobile banking.
Thank you. And your favorite, mobile money?
Tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects, and others right here on GhanaWeb TV.
We are here in the heart of Accra, specifically at Kantamanto. And our guests today on the show are the Kanta designers. Well, that's what they call themselves. A group of young, hard-working men whose hustle is to recycle second-hand clothing by making beautiful designs on them. They take their turn on this edition of People and Places. My name is Wanda Amihagan. Welcome aboard. We have two gentlemen doing the same business. Let's just get into the conversation. Boss, good morning.
Morning.
It's saying. You're from saying.
You're from Malik.
Hana Ote.
Debbie. If we been a baby, no.
Into Poa Coin Fan.
The Poa, me inside. But I say, me fee a company. Never.
Hana wono. How many years and a month now?
Me buy. Yes, I said Monday. I'm sure I said more. I'm say 5 months. By me back, me back 8 years.
Into back no. Before I be share that design way as see no. Now where you then?
I'm like Musuya driving. Musuya driving.
It's now you're driving.
But I say it's not no thing. Now me you Musuya no school kakra.
School venture.
You go school takra.
Into see a design in those.
No see, you know, by me, design one design on me, but I'm a bias. No, madam, for your designs. No, change more design.
But then the man chooses said, "Obey start a business way."
And who say Italiano? We are here coffee. Na mampo me here me team go am ya na machine bi na machine nike because we are F nti ya pese who say ada we na F na me say me design me
nti mo friend is saying
tie and die
okay na mo ya na saying
okay who say top no white nti your design open Ebi open tiger spider. It's spider never bunny say. We have to see no was one spider. Na we also open rainbow color. Want to so finish here. By designs bebree your designs na be open designs.
Inkofo na omo beto no omo na mu choose designs na mo na mo yema omo
wo the banana choose design wo so yen na design mo efema no a okọ next time obese yamba
inkofo ben sa na ya mo beto
ye wo etufo a mo de ntare ne ba na ya mo
omo de plain shirt no
eba ba ho se bi no de bibli aba no
okay
nti we ni pa ba ko dia ye yema no a no a main iska
okay but enyese mo na moko ekoto shirt na ebe ye koto
ebu a yetu se bi koto shirt ye ni skani ba na ya koyenso ya koto shirt ni ya baby ni yenso ya tumi
nye egu ha no ahe
we odos o 100 nyema nya 100
okay
ba ebu o a ye mbobo ya bobo ye mfense be 80 and 70
okay nti say no omo de bramo na mu design ebia na mu de mo ma ahe na mu je
okay ye ji on 5 cedis
for one
5 cedis
okay
oni ye be design ya color ni 5 cedis
but shirt no mo ankasa mo kwoto market wa saying
ye kwoto shirt no market so a 5 cedis
okay
ne yenso ye be ya nti ye to shirt no market ne ye be ya ne ye to na mo wan na ye to 15 cedis
apome
nyame adu
Matisa wona oye boss wa wona o training omo
me training
na na we decide say business we start now there
business ne dey we to kind of bonus and coffee be here nti me no share no na me pick your money nti me pick your money na mba na so more than 43 do omo mo jenjira ba ko no share chen ba ko baba na ne bad man nti me ba na so me say international ma ko business bi
Hifa now. Okay. Keep going.
We do our festival na me ko ba come down for na me share omo ye na nti me ba na me say o me international ye say adwuma nti ya ka sa me friend da say edu no munye fin no say edu no betu akọchi no be ton no moton akra ya no be me ko do ra no na no ko kasa sa no si na e bisa say e binya top we na ye da no so e no me kire me si bi aye na ye bobo no no me start to me kire me designers be ble e no me kire me si bi aye me se color we binya say me di yellow na me da flat blue no me nya green green
and one ya within colors ni frafra
me na ya me colors ni frafra me nya colors
now we nya different colors inti we will start here da ben
starting che ba me ya o se me nya bebi a me hata no aso mo me edwuma okwan we no so no ma be se no eno ase me edwuma 200 pieces on me se no
kwamo
we is for no on me se 200 pieces on me se no ma atale no ya de ya togu ni lu na be ja ko togu no asama 150 pieces
okay so o ma be se na
se me ye wi a no ma be do me se ma me hata o mo wa no so no ma be de o ma be kabum
na se o mo se me hata wa bobo ni se we se o pe baby fufu
me ano ye ni baby a ye no ase o mo ba so e mo settlement baby mo nti ase no ma be
settlement ye de
ti se e mo muska 5 cedis and ase 10 cedis baby mo nti ase no ma be se no nti ana ni baby a e be no ase nti obi store ni na ma be sele a me ye wo se me ye 150 pieces no ase a
ana chese ebi moje we for no
ebi moje
but se o moje ana no chese enye ade papa no mo you because say almost say say railway na say no say be asem
because mommy we no train na enye dwuma biem ina we so mobile so ye mobile no wo atale no so pe wi an boss awo bo se ma me ata o mobile so kula
mobile so na rail ni so na mo
mobile so obetumi atu eni pa hwebo te kala se ni pe bia ye mobile so na ata no ba mo se o mo te ase se ata no ba
na se o mo se o mo te ase a eno ani se mo pe drawing line bia na bibia
For me, me patrol, and also it never be a bed, the way at Tanuti, my papa, when I'm not a castle, no, my casa say, me or mobile, and to say, into mammy at an so mamma and the pet. Na menya no ya tano ape mama ya tawa abi na msuyo mati nti mama mkwan se menye na mkoto kale sama mama me say my best at ejuma no.
I see. Nti ejuma no oya ehu onfaso.
Wonfaso. To mama 200 pieces a maybe na mkita be 6 million.
Shirt nkwane ya moye.
Ya sai ni keska ba we no and one fa ni keska ba. Shirt nkwana me be down me be ni nyina fine.
Nkwana we.
Wo me small boy wa me ni ejuma. No, I say, Mom,
you to me a day 200.
Me to me, let me at an assassin.
And over Juma
fine.
And it's say what on Bibi.
And the Montonche, I think some chassis.
I see.
I've asked them chassis. Now, top on a soy and as 100%. Yeah, only 50%. I can't remember. And back, I say
100% say 50%.
50%. What the year any to say top on we top on our share. When say ocean and now much 50% on the China. What the year any into ocean about 100% on the China. The year a bay and a colors no do guswa a bit me show no. I don't say fair.
And I just a fabric knit type and okay.
And that just a colors in the bare fair. But the topper and your quarter one or the year or your pet any.
I have with me a customer of one of the guys who make these design shirts. Let's just speak to him. What's your name?
I'm Eric.
Okay. Eric, what do you do for a living?
Like, me, I'm a foreigner. So, like, I don't have any job in Ghana yet. This is the job. So, like, I used to go Kanta buy the top, plain white. So, I would take the top to these guys. So, whenever I reach there, any design I like, they do for me.
So you tell them the design to do?
Yeah. So like, you see this one. If I need this kind of design, so I will say I need this kind of design.
How long have you been doing this for?
Like six months plus now.
And when did you come to Ghana? From which country?
I'm from Sierra Leone.
Okay. When did you come to Ghana?
2019.
2019. That's about 2.5 or 3 years now. Okay. And why did you come to Ghana?
Oh, like me, absolutely. You know, in my life, I want to do something better for myself.
And that's why you came to Ghana?
Yeah, but like, it's not Ghana I want to stay, right? Just like I want to get some money so like I can pay my way to go another country. Like I want to go Spain. That's my target.
Okay.
But presently I'm here. I don't have a job, so this is my job I'm doing. So like again, I can get my transport.
You want to go to Spain for what?
Oh, here is Africa. You know, this time right, Africa is no good. Yeah. So like, there is nothing like white man country. So if you are staying in white man country, like for now, example, I'm doing this kind of job. But like if I'm living in a white man country, I can't do this kind of job. Like,
so what would you possibly be doing there?
Oh, absolutely. I was expecting that I'll be working on factory. So that will be better for me than selling all those things. Like,
but what were you doing in Sierra Leone before you came to Ghana?
I was a student.
You're a student?
Yeah.
What were you studying?
Absolutely. I'm an art student.
Art student, yeah. Okay. Since you started this, how profitable is it? Do you get a lot of money from it?
Just a little bit. It's not enough, but a little bit.
I sure it's different colors.
Different colors.
Colors no. Yeah, money fee.
Colors in your koto.
Motor name wa hefa.
Ya tono wa okay shi. Ba yanzu ya chose asini ya woto colors. Be ba motor colors. Na colors nso mbo yedi.
Saying
20 Ghana. Ba ku wa amito. We yellow. We 20 Ghana.
We yellow. But say you look yellow.
Ba you good so ni ma. Rubber na rubber.
Okay.
Yeah, two color na. Ebini.
Ah.
Change na me di color.
Say na be. Okay.
Nti edi edu keke guma na ehwa wusi a empa because wusi so a manfa omu ye de nchini suo na esi nchini suo ni semina ejen na edusi nti ana ema atano aye me down wo hwe me down ya me ana me ye sama shamade
Okay.
Meche imiana meche na ache unse mesia. Ohwe meche na mesia na mashimade.
Okay.
Yesra abense ohwe na omboen. Unse wiem ne yewo so. Omboen say one district one dam ya wosisi. Omen ba kwa yedoso.
Omoma wo de dam ni bi.
Ni ye dan one factory ni ye bie company a. Ehun baba mfaso am ye nyina.
Ah, nti omoma mo factory.
Yesra bense omboen.
Na mo fan design set.
Design bia be mean be design bia.
Ye dance mama ne onia keso ankasa. Eten.
Wacha
unso ye design bi.
Wacha
Da ben na wo start ye.
Aram pacha me de mintumi me start ye nche.
Na usia fi hwan ho.
Wacha me usia fi master I friend fresh.
Unko school there.
Wacha me call school.
Mama kwan.
Wacha de bi.
Inside na ina wan ko school.
Wacha me free me wasanya. Nti na misika sa nti ma short is kaka kwenta fiance me hwe ska me de akoso.
Nti we na wo ye na wo de nyi ska kaka.
Wacha.
Okay. Nti oye a day utimi nya sense.
Wacha dia won say we no ye giba ko be say 5 series. Ebi no mo buy 100 pieces 200. Ba ko ne 10 na de no no mo de ba. Nti ya na ya just nti ya me master wa me ska me de akoto so. Ebi o to me 50 Ghana 60 series. Me de akoto so.
Okay. Okay, so sure ejima na ebo.
What time?
Okay. All right, yeah, that's it. So those are the experiences of two people who live here somewhere in Kanta. This is what they do and they get money out of it for their daily living.
Powers and principalities. There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump collapsed.
It's going to be fun to see how he goes about approaching this game.
Welcome back from the break. I just got myself a white plain t-shirt inside here at Kantamanto. I'm going to give it to the tie-dye designers to get myself a beautifully designed t-shirt. Come along. So I'm here to speak to another of these designers. They call themselves the Kanta designers, and I have my shirt with him. Bosu, Abra Ejima, Eteng. Yafa saying. Ahana, we Ejima, Hana would say. Now, what started business way? How long ago?
They say 4 months.
4 months. Now then I was starting.
You sure phones you say.
It's a one I was starting. The answer. Okay. The white shirts, you may pay so designer, mammy. What about you saying?
Mama can see that.
So, yes, a mood designer, I'm with the fight.
Yes, will be an exam.
So, into what any 10 cities. And then I'll do me 10 cities.
Send your boss, must I?
Where your boss?
I signed first summer.
Okay, so we are speaking to Babana. He will be designing my shirts for me while we have a conversation. It's a patch of a bit me starting. Into my shirts no. I don't know who answer now who started.
Since you have the run a drew,
a answer.
I finished with that. So now we like what is sense in a way. I'm a calling you.
Oh, okay. Design now, Babeno. Your friend is saying? Spider. Okay. Then I'll be do Kanta. Ufin away.
From Cote d'Ivoire.
Cote d'Ivoire. Just all your Ghana.
You're Ghana, but I'm in Papa Cote d'Ivoire.
Ah.
I said, Ghana life now, because I'm a shaman and Chintina. The bar.
It's also one and I see. It's a business now, you know. What the boy, Nana? And I'll go school.
Go
school. Where you school?
David.
One go school.
No school.
Echo see level man.
Form 1.
Form 1. SS1. And now JHS1. And I'll J. And then I'll J.
And we didn't get cancer. I'm not born near the Kakra.
Until J and answer now best starting way. Now we're heading.
No, actually, maybe I'm with you.
Now we'll see. It's not on another show. Okay. It's your person design now, you know, or anything, or anything, who bet me a chain.
Different styles, be brave. My person, me, we are.
So now they say Ochim. Okay, so whilst he does this, he's going to start designing my shirts for me, but he wants to, it's going to take a while, so we are going to leave him to do his thing. We'll be back to continue the conversation with him, but let's go to another of his colleagues and get him to share his experience and how business is going for him so far. So let's speak to this young man who's already designing one of such shirts. Your friend saying? Mustafa. So how long have you been doing this?
5 months.
So you started in which month?
December I started.
Is this where you stay?
Yeah.
This where you stay? This where you sleep?
Yeah, I did a counter inside. I did a counter inside, the bed where I did.
Okay. And how long have you been staying here in Kanta?
Like 3 years.
3 years. Yeah. Where did you come from?
I come from Nkoko.
What were you doing at Nkoko before you came here?
At the time we were doing Nkoko, I was doing scraps at Nkoko, but I come across a change I did do time that. It's a business when I was and
then now can for topa.
Oh, business with the call a guy in Tinama start to.
If he obi na chair we ya na one I was starting say we.
Oh, obi na na mjina ni nchene msuna ya. We kala na yo isu share de on e wonsu yusu de ba yo ni isu ni de isu share de wa ya no.
Difference in name.
Isu share de no omu ye no we center hono. Eno omu no omu no eno omu no kala no. Sianom de aye.
Na COVID by no. We say 5 months ni. Affect your business.
Corona ni de and affect business no e koso.
Na what on Libya yet?
Oh, my market and selling start for front.
There.
Oh, my tombe 50 pieces.
50 pieces. And you are showing.
Oh, scar me.
So we are back. He's done with the first part of the shirt and he's designing the second one. shirt now you say no. O ton mama 10 cedis. Inti you find say oh you be 20 ya. It means a day bia you 200 cedis.
I borrow say go to me be 100 pieces. Na go 300 pieces. I do am to me be say 700 Ghana na say 10 Ghana
a day. Na sika no dey dey. Because after I be show. Anna.
Yes, I'm a mission. Mama, me and Papa, and me and mission.
But say 800 cedis. Sika wo. Inti o dey then we save bibi now. We save bibi. Inti say abe ahina we save. Kano pro.
They say like with them.
So say 4 months now starting. Inti be ahina we save.
With them say 2,000.
2,000. Why mo sane ya o mo beto shirts ni.
We don't so. Be more to do. Be more like Kobe bless so be beto. Be more cake.
Who own them chrome now who shirts around.
You feel good.
You feel good.
You feel same so. Manje this meet my Sam, my mission. So me feel good.
So we've been speaking to Babana. He has just told us his story and how he's been going about his business for 4 months now. He says business is good, but sometimes, of course, it has its downsides. Babana, who will be able to echato?
I can't say second and pay for.
I'm going.
You be a baby. Obey my head, be me. To me, any other, I'm back to some myself. I'm pretty good man.
Yeah, that's the answer on the answer. And so that's it. We wrap up. My shirt's beautifully designed. I'm still waiting for it to dry because if I wear it now, my dress will be a mess. But that's how we wrap up this edition of People and Places. We came to the streets and we spoke to some of the boys here, the young boys who are, instead of whiling away time, using their time to design these beautiful clothes. They are making some money and that's how they are living, and they want people to help them improve on their skills. Thank you for joining us in this edition of People and Places. My name is Wandami Hagan. See you next time.
Hello, my name is Priscilla Planch. I'm a survivor of a road accident. It wasn't easy for me. I went through 6 surgeries and for 2 years I was using crutches. It wasn't an easy experience and I don't want you to go through the same. So please follow all the road safety regulations that you have to. Don't drive tired, don't drink and drive. And to my fellow friends who ride motorcycles, please, the road signals are for you as well. Please pay attention to them. Stay safe. Do the right thing and save a life.
It's the end of another business week, and as usual, we come your way again with an exciting edition of BizTech on GhanaWeb TV, where we chronicle trending business headlines as well as an engaging interview with an entrepreneur. My name is Desmond Frimpong. Let's settle for the details. Now, Ghanaian moms can heave a sigh of relief because it's a go-to platform where they can share the experiences, journeys, and challenges with motherhood. I'm talking about the Talkative Mom app, which has all the resources to help build the mother and child relationship. My colleague Mauli Ahlomega has the full story.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of BizTech on GhanaWeb TV. Today my guest will be the founder of a digital platform, and this platform is helping women with resources as they journey on in their motherhood. I'll be speaking to Enu Kwegwin, and she's the founder of the Talkative Moms app, and we'll be talking all things Talkative Moms. Don't go anywhere, stay tuned. And so welcome back. We'll be delving right straight into the conversation with the founder of the Talkative Mom app, Enu Kwegwin. Hi.
Hi, Mauli.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Thank you very much for welcoming us.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So let's get straight into it. What is the Talkative Mom app?
All right, so essentially Talkative Mom app is a parenting platform. So it was built for the Ghanaian parents. Eventually we would like to expand into Africa, but now that we started, it's mainly for Ghanaians. Okay. And it's supposed to be a one-stop shop where you find everything and anything you would need on your journey. Okay. So if you have some questions, you can enter it into Mom Plug, which is the first feature. Okay, because the app has 4 features. The first feature is Mom Plug. Okay. Mom Plug is where you can enter questions like home remedies for my infant's cold, and then you get your answers. Or your baby is starting solids, you want some answers, you get them. And then that brings us to the second feature, which is the marketplace. So I decided, why would we stop at just answering questions? Why don't we recommend credible vendors who you can buy from directly from the app? So that's how marketplace came about. So let's say you want some what's it called, products, and let's say you're looking for Tom Brown. You want a credible Tom Brown vendor. You'd find that in the marketplace. Okay. Then the third feature is a blog. So that's actually how everything started. It started with a blog. So the blog has my blog posts, but the other benefit is blog posts from experts. So you get pediatricians blogging, gynecologists, speech and language therapists, clinical psychologists. We have a host of experts on there sharing blog posts to educate people. And then the last bit is the listings. So the listings came about because I noticed that a lot of people didn't know where to start from when their children want to start school. Okay. So I said, okay, let me list all the good schools that I know, with their fees, with information on them, the location, and you can click on it directly from the app and it will take you there. You can also call directly from the app. Restaurants, hospitals, pediatricians, all of them are in listings. So it's just a one-stop shop where you can find everything you need. Yeah.
Speaking of one-stop shop, was there a specific inspiration? Because you started from a blog all back in 2017. Yeah. Was there something very specific that inspired you to develop this?
Yeah. So I noticed that every woman that gets pregnant in Ghana, at least most women, they download a pregnancy tracker or an app that will guide them throughout their journey. And there was none like that in Ghana, which was incredible. It's been so long. We're in 2020 and we still had no parenting app in Ghana. And since this was already something I was in and I love to share information and resources, I decided, why don't we evolve into an app where you can get everything you need? Because I felt that the blog was limiting. All I was doing was sharing information. Why don't we take it to the next step by having people find resources that they need and calling from the app, finding the location on the app. These are things that mothers used to send to me. And another thing was that back to the questions I was getting, I was getting a lot of DMs like, oh, where did you buy this from? Or, where did you get that from? And I said, why don't we put everything on this app so that I don't have to do the manual work of always answering the questions. You just get all your answers there, and that way I can scale. Okay. So that's really how it started. Yeah.
Okay. So now let's get right into the app. Was the app developed in Ghana by yourself, or you had a team of people that helped you to do this?
So the app, fortunately for me, the app was developed by my husband.
Wow.
Yes.
That's very interesting.
Yes. So he is like a tech guru. Let me praise him.
Okay.
So he's a tech guy. I told him about my idea and he was like, are you sure anyone actually needs this? And I had to show him figures. I had to show him how my platform on Instagram was growing. I had to show him the kind of questions I was getting. I realized there is a gap here and I feel we can fill it. Okay. So if we don't do it, someone else will. So why don't we just start it, And because I had sort of become like a trusted platform where people would get answers to their questions, I said, let me be the one to do this, and then hopefully we can grow from there as a country. So my husband decided, okay, I'll build it for you. He has a team actually, so it's actually a team of 3. Right now, funny enough, he's gotten too busy. Yeah, because he has a full-time job. So now it's the team. So we have a developer and a design guy who are currently working on an app. And one thing about apps is that you know that every time it's been updated. So we are working on the phase 2, which will be launching, I'm sure, in a few days actually. Yeah, so yeah, it's a Ghanaian-owned app.
Did you do any survey before you went to him? And how did he take it initially that you want to develop such an app?
Yeah, so my background is marketing, okay? And so for me, how I knew this could turn into a business was because already my blog, I had added another feature to it, which was a shop. So people were already buying from me, you know, the demand was there. And so I had to show him figures. And he would see the number of orders I was getting. And I said, why stop here? Why not collaborate with all the vendors that I know? And funny enough, the vendors on the app are people I know personally or I've worked with. So I decided, okay, I would show him the figures. Another thing I did was I do a lot of giveaways on my page. And businesses, the last time I did a giveaway, which was Christmas, I had 30-something businesses who were reaching out. Actually, it was over, but I had to actually stop it because the demand was yeah. So I knew that businesses trusted me. I knew people trusted my opinion, and so seeing all that, he was like, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's do this since it's something you really want. So yeah, right now as we speak, I have 130+ businesses on there and counting because there are still more people that we have to verify because I have to make sure that we don't have scammers on the app and people can get value for their money.
We table issues relating to the arts and entertainment for a riveting discussion, of course, without fear nor favor.
The question the presenter asked them was a dumb question. You need to speak the fact and move.
Varied views. We agree to disagree.
So I would disagree with everything you said. I think that he's a smart guy. I think what he did.
No, but I also said he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
I guess that I'm waiting for the what next.
Yeah, I don't think that we have to wait for what next.
It sometimes gets confrontational, but that's the beauty of the game.
Today you're denying funny face. It's not my brother. I don't know him. You don't know funny face. It's not my brother. You don't know funny face.
Humor, we've got you covered.
Me from TV3 incidents to GC. Me na me face a plan. Me who say be for me who say as I move plan here. Because I say na as a back from TV3 buy ya boom. Yeah. Na ko YouTube ya say me patcho. O patcho say.
It's a package. We meet, we sit, we dialogue, we learn, we progress. My name is Benefo Wabin Abrantepa, a proud blogger, and this is my forum.
Obviously, you have some challenges. What are some challenges that you've had so far since this app has been rolled out?
Okay, so the thing about Ghanaians is that people want that that personal touch. Okay. So going on a website or going on an app, buying, not being able to ask the questions they want before purchasing, they want to be able to make sure that they are talking to the person they are buying from. They can ask questions like, hey, this color, is this going to come exactly like the picture shown, things like that, even if it's there. So what I decided to do was, on the app, there's no payment platform. So what happens is that when people select a product and they are checking out, they fill in their details and then it sends a message straight to the vendor. Now you are able to talk to the vendor before making payments, since that's what people want. And so, these were some of the things that I had to address on the app. And then, just getting people to download, because again, technology in Ghana, it's there, but we are still a little bit behind. And so, that was one of the things. But slowly but surely, it's growing. Yeah.
So on the downloads, how many people have downloaded this app? And what's the feedback and then the engagements like? How's the entire app looking like right now?
Okay, so right now we have definitely 2,000 plus because we started with almost 2,000 and something downloads. And the feedback has been great. You would even see reviews on the App Store because it's on iOS and Android. So when you go, you'll be able to read reviews even before you download the app. And there's a lot of engagement because on the listings feature, you get to rate and review any facility. So if it's a hospital and you had a bad experience, you can review, you can leave a comment. So people have done that, and that has guided other people to select this hospital or select this pediatrician, that sort of thing. So I've seen that even with the blog posts as well, you know, people are enjoying the blog posts because I'm getting that sort of feedback, and people are purchasing products on the app. So slowly we are picking. Yeah, it's doing well. Yeah.
So I realized you ranked number 2 on the App Brain in 24 hours of your launch. How did that make you feel, and especially for a Ghanaian company?
I was over the moon. I had no idea it could even happen. Even my husband, who's a tech person, was shocked because we were in the top 100 apps that had been downloaded. We were above what's this dating app? I've forgotten the name. Sorry, I've forgotten. But we're above that dating app, and we were number 2 in the US and the UK parenting apps. So it was an honor to experience that. Yeah, it was exciting. Yeah.
All right. So I'm sure every app comes with its own security and all of that. How safe is this app, and how assured that people can use this app without their data or nothing stolen or?
Okay, so we have terms and conditions that you would have to read through before you even sign up on the app. And in the terms and conditions, you see all that we've put in place to protect your data. Secondly, like I mentioned, with regards to vendors, we vet them before we accept them. These are vendors that I said I already know, I've worked with, I've bought things from, you know, I trust them. So you know that you are safe. Thirdly, we don't have a payment platform on the app, and so your card details are not taking. You know, these are all things that would eventually add to the app, but for now, this isn't part of it. So for now, everything is secure, and definitely in the future, it will continue to be secure because we are serious about it, about growing it. Yeah.
You mentioned the phase 2. What's your intended? How's the phase 2 going to look like, and what's your intended target in terms of engagement for the app? Okay,
so the phase 2 is going to have exciting features like people being able to comment on blog posts. For now, that is not available. So you can comment, you can like, you can also, vendors can also run a sale. So we're going to be running a lot of going to run sales in, so you can get things half off, 10% off, 20% off, things like that. And larger businesses can partner with us and run ads on the first page of the app. So there's a lot that is in store. We are hoping to add things like post notifications and people being able to, you know, right now we've connected the map to Google, but we want to be able to do it in such a way that you don't leave the app ever. So everything is done directly in the app, and eventually expand into larger markets like other African countries like Nigeria and all those places. So that's our goal. Yeah.
Any final words for us on the Talkative Mom?
So all I'll say is go download the Talkative Mom app on Android and iOS. It's very easy to use. You get all the information. It's free. There's been nothing like this out there. You get expert advice, and basically your journey is going to be super easy. That's what I would have wanted back then, and so we decided to build something like that for the Ghanaian parents. And so parenting never got even more easier than this, so please go download. That's it. Yeah.
All right, so go and download the Talkative Mom app right there. I've been speaking to Eno Quigrin. She's the founder of the Talkative Mom app, and we've been talking all things that help women to journey on in their motherhood. My name is Malia Holomeka, and this is this week's edition of BizTech on GhanaWeb TV.
That's really an amazing app there. We're going straight to our tech segment to engage our tech enthusiast, Jefferson, for him to help us with some cool tools that will help us navigate this tech world.
Hi, my name is Jefferson Seniaja from After Music. This week on TechBits, we're going to continue with our iPhone series.
We continue with looking for simple things to do with our iPhone. Like I mentioned last week, we're always thinking about just making phone calls and sending messages. But there's quite a lot that the iPhone can offer that we haven't considered yet. This series is going to point out things that we haven't noticed yet and things that we can use it for. So let's get on to this episode. So we're back on an iPhone, and what I want us to learn today is how to take a screenshot. Now, normally when you're taking a screenshot on your devices, you just press your lock button and your volume up. But sometimes it can seem a bit difficult. An easier way is to tap the back. Now you can easily do that from your settings. So we can just go straight to our settings. Okay, and we scroll all the way down to accessibility. And we scroll all the way down to touch. And in under touch, we scroll all the way down to back tap. Double or triple tap at the back of your iPhone to perform multiple actions. So at the back here, you can say double tap, and you can choose whichever option that you want. So you can say, okay, now I want to double tap to call for Siri, double tap to take a screenshot, double tap to even volume up and volume down. You can even double tap to shake, double tap to just mute. If you're in a meeting and you want to lock your phone on that, you can just go lock screen by double tapping, or just screenshot for what we are trying to achieve. So screenshot and double tap. So that's it. There's even a triple tap if you want to lock your screen. So it's a whole lot of options that you can do. That's settings, accessibility, touch, and back tap. All right, so that's it. So I hope you found that useful. I hope you found something more than just another phone, because an iPhone has quite a lot that it offers, making money worthwhile. So I would encourage everyone to give it a try and let's see how it goes. That's it for this week. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.
Now let's kickstart the trending business stories for the week. We start with the story of the GIPs, where the government of Ghana has assured that the $2.7 billion investment inflows reported by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, the GIPC, for the year 2020 will be put to good use. Addressing the press in Accra, Minister of Information Kojo Oponkroma said the said amount will bolster the Ghanaian economy.
The key thing that the GIPC is at this stage leading government to do is to ensure that all of these investments, in terms of their logistics compositions, are onboarded fully, so that the jobs and opportunities associated with them can be fully realized by the Ghanaian people. So, for example, it's estimated that a total of 27,000 jobs expected to be generated from the 279 projects, with operations at full capacity. About 22,000 of those jobs are expected to be for Ghanaians, while about 1,064 of those jobs, that's just about 5%, expected to be taken up by expatriates or non-Ghanaians. And these investments were mostly coming from China, about 751 million, the UK, about 240 million, South Africa, about another 240 million, Australia, another 240 million, Netherlands, 238 million US dollars thereabout. So what the GIPC is doing at this stage is to ensure that all of these investments are fully realized on the ground, so that the jobs and opportunities associated with them are occasioned. And we think it's important that we update the Ghanaian public on all of them.
Now let's move to some power stories, because GRICO says Greater Accra alone consumes 25% of the total power generated in the country. This was made known to the media during a tour by the GRICO boss, Jonathan Amoakoba, at the Pokwasi BPS. Addressing the media on that particular day, Mr. Amoakoba said Accra consumes most of the power generated in the country, hence a building of the Pokwasi BPS is a step in the right direction.
There was the need to build this bulk supply point, and when the media
compact started, they were very generous to us and they decided to help us to build this bulk supply point, which is the fourth, but in actual fact, the fifth that we are building, to take some of the load from all the other bulk supply points, because Accra is growing. The substations in Accra do not supply only Accra per se. They supply all the way to Akropong, all the way to Nsawam, to Weja, Kaswa, and the rest. So that is why we are having this, in order to take some of the load from the existing bulk supply points. So now Accra alone would have about 5 bulk supply points. As I said, when I joined in 1987, the total load was about 100 megawatts. But as we speak now, the load is in excess of 800 megawatts, which is more than a quarter of what is generated for the whole of Ghana. Accra alone is consuming more than 25% of the load that is being, of the energy that is being generated for the whole of Ghana.
Let's do some cocoa board story, because over the week there is some fears being allayed because China has started exporting cocoa beans. But the Ghana Cocoa Board has expressed worry over reports of China's resolve to produce and export cocoa beans. The industrial Asian nation is reported to have produced its first batch of cocoa beans in the town of Zinglong in South China, and according to reports, subsequently exported to Belgium, weighing 500 kg and worth about $3,600. But the public affairs manager for the Ghana Cocoa Board, Fifi Boafo, in an interaction with City Business News monitored by GhanaWeb, described the development as rather worrying for the future of Ghana's cocoa industry. He continued, the concerns has to do with the fact that will China be able to produce in large quantities and be commercially viable? I ask because if you look at the production in general, it grows in places where you have, for example, between 10 degrees north and 10 degrees south of the equator, where the climate temperatures ranges between 18 to 32 degrees Celsius, with rainfall of about 1,500 millimeters to about 2,000 mm. China and the specific place we are talking about does not have that geographical location, the Cocoa Board Public Affairs Manager added. Meanwhile, Ghana and Ivory Coast account for almost 70% of global supply for cocoa beans. Now, let's do some Airtel Tigo story, because government has finally acquired all the shares in Airtel Tigo for $1. That's according to the Communication and Digitalization Minister, Esla Owusu Ekufu. According to her, the current state of the company and the circumstances under which the shareholders decided to exit the market led to the acquisition of the company at the said amount. The move is to offer the new shareholders some financial space to reinvest into the company to bring it out of the challenges it is bedeviled with. In addition to this, government has renegotiated many of the loan facilities the company had entered into and been able to achieve a high level of debt forgiveness. To further better the balance sheet of the company, the former shareholders and government agreed to equally share a $100 million facility acquired for Standard Bank. The facility remains one of the largest debts of the company's books. According to the minister in charge, she said, we work closely with the Ministry of Finance in all the negotiations. So far, they understand what it entails now. The shareholders of Airtel Tigo are not passing the shareholder loans which they've advanced to the company. That's one of the main items hurting the balance sheet of the company. 100% of all loans have been forgiven, more or less. They are not seeking repayment of those loans. Those are the words of Esla Owusu. Now, there's some great news for the SME sector because the Bank of Ghana said it has tagged along with the Singaporean government to roll out, to adopt business borders aimed at helping SMEs leverage technology. This was said by the first Deputy Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Maxwell Opoku, whilst he was addressing the press at the launch of the 5th Ghana CEO Summit. According to the Deputy Governor, measures are being worked out to accelerate the digital transformation and oversee expansion of local SMEs.
I must state that the bank is aware of the importance of businesses, particularly SMEs, in the Ghanaian economy, and is working with the Monetary Authority of Singapore on a business sans borders project to enable SMEs in Ghana leverage digital technology to improve on their businesses as well as give them access to explore global market opportunities. In conclusion, I would like to assure CEOs that Bank of Ghana is very much aware of the changing times in our business environment and is continuing to monitor the evolution of new trends and will put in policy measures to ensure that we align with these new trends. We stand ready to continue to provide and build upon the requisite infrastructure needed for development and ensure smooth business operation, and we will make sure the policy environment for businesses is enhanced and fine-tuned in a post-COVID environment.
GRA is ready to automate its revenue collection online. It has served notice of ceasing the acceptance of personal and corporate checks to payment of taxes and custom duties effective June 1, 2021. According to the GRA, in circumstances where it's necessary for checks to be issued for payment spread over a number of months, such checks must be supported by a bank guarantee. The statement signed by the Commissioner General of the GRA, Amishadai Owusu Ansa, said effective July 1, 2020, all payments for taxes and duties shall be made directly to GRA accounts with the various banks through the various means such as cash, bank draft, bank transfer, ACH, SWIFT, cards, Momo, and other electronic means. So a very final story. Well, despite coronavirus surging on, there's quite an impressive news for Ghana in terms of growth of the economy. The Ghanaian economy expanded slightly by 0.4% in the year 2021. The economy contracted in the second and third quarters of 2020 by 3.2% and 1.1% respectively, following an expansion of 4.9% in the first quarter due to the ramifications of the COVID-19 pandemic. According to the provisional results figures, the agri sector drove the annual GDP with a growth rate of 7.4%, while the service sector recorded a positive growth of 1.5%. Industry contracted at a rate of 3.6%. For the agriculture sector, the fishing sub-sector recorded the highest year-on-year growth rate of 14.4%, while the forestry and logging sub-sectors recorded the lowest with a contraction of 9.2%. The information and communications sub-sector recorded the highest year-on-year GDP growth rate of 22.5% in the service sector, while the hotel and restaurant activities subsector recorded the lowest with a concentration of 34.8%. With regards to the industry, the electricity subsector recorded the highest year-on-year annual GDP growth rate of 7.9% for 2020, whilst the mining and quarrying subsector recorded the lowest with a contraction of 11.0%. That's it for today's edition of BizTech on GhanaWeb TV. I hope you enjoyed today's program. But for more news, head on to www.ghanaweb.com. You can also get interactive with us on social media, being Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Our handle is the GhanaWeb. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, the GhanaWeb TV. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Desmond Frimpong. Thank you so much for watching.
Powers and principalities.
There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump collapsed.
It's going to be fun to see how he goes about approaching this game.
We table issues relating to the arts and entertainment for a riveting discussion, of course, without fear nor favor.
The question the presenter asked them was a dumb question. You need to speak the fact and move.
Varied views. We agree to disagree.
So I would disagree with everything you said. I think that he's a smart guy. I think what he did.
No, but I also said he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
I guess that I'm waiting for the what next.
Yeah, I don't think that we have to wait for what next.
It sometimes gets confrontational, but that's the beauty of the game.
Today you deny funny face. It's not my brother. Today you deny funny face. I don't know him. You don't know funny face. It's not my brother. You don't know funny face.
It's a package. We meet, we sit, we dialogue, we learn, we progress. My name is Philanthropy, a proud blogger, and this is my forum.
I, Assistant Divisional Officer Grade 1, Ezra Mingo, in charge of rescue in the Ghana National Fire Service, endorse the GhanaWeb Road Safety Campaign. Now, whenever an accident occurs, please remember to call the Ghana National Fire Service on the short code 192 or the general emergency line 112, or you can still call their direct line, which is 0302 772446. Anywhere you are within the country, when you call, the nearest station will come to you. Now, I will end by saying that do the right thing and save a life. Thank you very much.
I'm the girl who is always there for people when they need help. I'm also the girl who goes through many phases of life, but will always do anything to help others. Well, those are not my words, and as you can see, I'm not a woman. These words sum up our personalities' life on this week's edition of The Untold here on GhanaWeb TV. Afi Antonio shares her story of philanthropy with us, about the frustrations and whether or not it's worth it being a philanthropist in these parts of our world. Welcome to this week's edition of The Untold here on GhanaWeb TV with me, Eche Atisu. We'll be back with more details.
I'm from the Volta region. My dad is from Tegbi and Uwe, and my mom is from Angloga. So I'm a full Voltarian. I have 2 other siblings after me. I was born and bred in Bema Camp. My dad was a soldier. He's retired now. So I was born in 1937. We grew up here in Accra, and I attended Kotoka Primary School. And I feathered when my dad retired from the army and we moved to Nungwa, his own house. I feathered at 48 Engineers, JSS, now JHS. And I continued at Nungwa Secondary School where I read visual arts. From there, I went to Takoradi Polytechnic, now a university. I read graphic designing there.
Afi says her former schoolmates remember her as the old schoolgirl due to the way she dressed while in school, but none of them knew why she used to dress that way.
I don't have very straight legs. I have kind of knock knees. Those who don't know knock knees, that's Alantakakra. So it was a challenge when I was going to Takoradi Polytechnic because I didn't know how I was going to dress. I didn't want people to see that. I felt it was a deficiency or something, and I felt people would laugh at me because I've had that experience before. So it was really challenging when I was going to Takoradi Polytechnic. I didn't know how I was going to dress to hide my legs. So I took my father's outfit, the old school bars with 4 pockets. So that was what I was wearing in Takoradi Poly till I completed school, and I earned the name Old School Girl. So everyone on campus, when you go and you ask for Philo, Afi, nobody knows that. If you say Old School Girl, yeah, that's me. And I remember when we were going for orientation, when we went like fresh, some of the girls later when we became friends were like, they thought I had some mental challenge when they saw me because of the way I was dressed. But they realized, oh, I was okay, but that was how I wanted to dress.
In school, Afi got the opportunity to intern with GBC and fell in love with the media, so she never quite practiced the graphic designing she studied in school. With the help of the late Kofi Bakna, she got the opportunity to do her national service at the OM Studios and has had several media stints thereafter.
I worked with Solid Multimedia, Ezekiel Tete, who is popularly known as Tip, He was also working at OM Studios. So when I finished my national service, he called on me and said he wanted to start his company. So since I'll be out there looking for jobs anyway, if I would want to join him and work with him, although he won't be able to be paying me, but he will sort my transport out and all that. So I told my dad about it and he said, okay, if that's what I want to do, that's fine. So I started Solid Multimedia with Step, and I worked for him, I think, about 5 years, and then I moved on to other places, but still in the media. I worked for J. Foley, Jeremy, 2131, Rakus Production. So I stayed in the media basically. So I moved from one place to the other. I went to Prime FM. I did a little of radio. I was their front desk executive as well. So I worked for so many people, and I still had relationship with Solid, that Step. So I once a while go to him when I need something. He helps me out.
Gradually, she found a new passion of becoming a model, but she couldn't venture into modeling on runways due to her insecurities about her legs.
At that time, you know, models are supposed to be perfect. They're supposed to look a certain way. So I was wondering, okay, and I said, okay, then I can be a photo model. So I will be able to, you know, pose, and the camera guy will take good angles of me that won't really show that I have legs that are not too straight. So I spoke to Step, and Step said, yeah, it's not a bad idea. So Step was the first person to like do a photo shoot for me as a photo model. He's really done a lot for me. He was the first person to put me on the runway. He advised me to join a modeling agency since I want to be a model. At least, even if I just want to be a photo model, I need to know everything about modeling. So he put me on the runway for the first time, and I enjoyed it. I didn't mind whether I had straight legs or crooked legs, or it was fun. At that time, I spoke to Bulldog. I spoke to Bulldog. He was a friend as well. So I told him I want him to manage me as a photo model. So when Steve took the photos, I showed it to him, and he was like, oh yeah, it's nice. So then there was High Five. So I posted my pictures on High Five and all that. I was getting good feedback, and I'm like, okay, this is going somewhere.
Through modeling, Afi gained a lot of followers on social media and decided to use her newfound fame to help people, and through this, the Afi Antonio Foundation was born.
I had a TV show then, my own TV show called Celebrity Delivery, where I connect people to their mentors, their celebs, and they hang out together. They ask them all the questions they want to ask, and they hang out. Like if it's a gym, they go to the gym, they gym together, we go to the restaurant, they eat, and they ask questions and all that. So there was this girl who was disabled. She sent me a message on our Facebook platform saying she looks up to Nana Aba Namwa, and she would like to meet her and be like her. So I was like, okay, I'll try reaching out to Nana Aba, and then I'll get back to him. And she was a single mother, so I was curious. And I asked her where the child's father is. I gave her my number, and I took hers as well. So we're chatting on WhatsApp. And she told me her story that the guy who impregnated her left her because she refused to abort the baby. I was interested in her story, so she told me more about it. And I was like, how can I help this girl? I called her and I told her, will she be okay if I share her story on my Facebook and see if through that Nanaba Namwa will even see it, because I will lace the fact that she wants to see Nanaba in it. So she was reluctant at first. Like she was like, what if the guy sees it and comes at her? And I'm like, she shouldn't worry if the guy calls her or anything. She should just direct the guy to me. I'll deal with the guy for her. So she finally agreed I could share her story. I shared her story and it went viral. Nanaba Namwa saw the story and she wanted to meet her. So she went to see Nanaba Namwa, and Nanaba made it possible for her to do some sort of like attachment kind of at GH1, which she really enjoyed because she wanted to be like there. So Nanaba made it possible for her. So that's how I started. So I started helping people with my social media, And I realized that it was something good. So I said, okay, someone told me, so why don't I just register a foundation if this is what I really want to do? So I decided to register my foundation on my birthday 3 years ago. My foundation is 3 years this year. So I registered my foundation and I continued the good work using my social media platforms.
The path Afi's life has taken is not the path she has always wanted to go. Being the daughter of an army officer, Afi had dreams of following in her father's footsteps, but that didn't materialize, and her father tells us why.
She went for the exams, she passed the exams. Like she talked about the knock knees, I think, when she was at Tested Military Hospital, she said some 2 lady officers were standing behind her and they were talking about the knock knees. And it's like they were not going to select her. She called me. I have been mentioning a certain officer's name, Kenneth Damwa. Kenneth Damwa was once a paymaster, my boss, when he was a cashier, Ghana Armed Forces cashier. I worked with him. We were so close. He left the pay service and went to PA, Personnel Administration, where they recruit soldiers and then take care of these military cadets. And he was with them at S7 that time. She mentioned it, that there's a soldier there with the name tag, Damwa. And I said, talk to him. Tell him that you are W. Antonio's daughter. She spoke to him and asked her, come on, come and stand there. Join these people tomorrow. Go to Bema Camp for your exams. So she wrote the exam. She passed, and they went for medical exams. She got to a point when they got to the dental. She called me and said there were 2 doctors in the room. One, after examining her teeth, said she should go around to the other departments and come back. And then it's like her teeth was crowded and they wouldn't be able to, take her. Unfortunately, is it braces? I did one for her when she was at Mungwa Secondary School. I think she wasn't feeling comfortable with it because you cannot eat meat and that kind of thing. She threw it away.
I didn't throw it away.
Oh,
it got missing.
How can that thing get out from your mouth and get missing?
I removed it and I put it somewhere.
Oh, now you needed it. You see, you needed it. It could have corrected that thing for you. Now, so she suggested to the doctor, oh, can't I be taking it then I'll go in for it? They said even it was going to cost her so much. Is it 20-something thousand? And even still, this Colonel Damwa did his best. I told him, he went to see the doctors. He told me the doctors drew some diagram on a paper that, in fact, the way the teeth is, in fact, if it were to be other rank, that is those that start from the scratch. But commissioning, if they see that kind of thing, they'll be in trouble. And so she missed that one. She was determined to be in the security services. She wanted to go to immigration. It didn't work. Customs, it didn't work. So she gave up. So when she started this, I realized that that's her passion. And so, and I realized that it was God-given passion. And so she had it corrected, and she can now laugh without closing the mouth.
Before I only smile. Never see my teeth.
So how did Afi feel when she was disqualified because of her teeth?
I felt bad. I really felt bad. I'm like, but this shouldn't be the reason for, you know, not taking someone. And I can correct it whilst I'm in the army, whilst I'm being trained. So when I asked him that, can't I be in the army whilst I'm correcting it? He said no. I have to go and correct it and reapply. I'm like, wow, just my teeth. And it wasn't that bad though. It wasn't that bad. It was like some are in and some are out. Yeah, it was zigzag kind of. It wasn't that bad. So I'm like, so then when I went to Kolebu, amazingly, the doctor that failed me was understudying the doctor who was going to work on my teeth. Can you imagine? So when I went there, I saw Dr. Salifu. He said, Dr. Salifu, do you remember me? Oh, no. I said, I'm the lady you failed during the army. Yes. Hey, so you still want to be an officer, eh? Oh, okay. So they started calling me young officer when I go there. I'm like, yeah, so I'm coming to correct it. But when I was done, I didn't feel like going back again. I'm like, the spirit of being in the army just left me. So I just forgot about it. But I think every stage in life prepares you for the next. Because if I hadn't corrected it because of this issue, I wouldn't be in front of camera. I can't be on TV and do that, all that I do now, being a photo model and all that. So it's kind of propelled me to my next level.
Yes, the desire to become an army officer died, but her new desire to help people has kept her going.
So because I had already started this before I registered my foundation, it made it very easier for people to trust me, because anything I say I'm going to do, I make sure I do it, and I account back to them. Whatever monies I take, I let them know the monies I've received and all that I've done with the money. So most of them reach out to me through my Facebook, or someone will tell them, oh, I know this lady, Afi Antonio, she helps people, so contact her if you need someone to raise funds for you, for all. So that's how I get to meet the people. I don't go searching for them. Currently, I've done a lot of projects. Sometimes I forget some of the projects that I've worked on. So Afi Antonio Foundation, the main focus is women empowerment, education, and health.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
mobile banking.
thank you, and your favorite mobile money, tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects, and others right here on GhanaWeb TV.
Through the Afi Antonio Foundation, she has raised funds for children suffering from hydrocephalus, women with fibroid, and individuals seeking to start businesses to take care of their families, among others. She shares a few of the projects she has undertaken.
The Blue Eyes Girl, the little girl called Chota with Waardenburg syndrome. So her condition gives colored eyes and pigmentation of the skin and hearing impairments, like she can't hear and she can't talk. So the mom reached out to me and said she knows I help people, so if I could help raise funds for their daughter to send her to SA, because South Africa, the surgery can't be done here in Ghana. So I'm like, okay. The money needed then, I think it's 3 years ago, if I'm right, the money needed was $57,000. That was a lot of money. We were able to raise part of the money, and it took over a year to even do that. We raised part of the money, and we did the surgery for only 1 year. So we are hoping that we raise the rest of the money so that she go back to have the second year, the implant, and then have therapy over there. So now what we are doing to raise funds is we are no more begging people for money. She's now a model. I've trained her to be a model, a photo model. So this year she turned 5 years. We had a photo shoot and we adored her as a photo model. So anyone who sells kids, clothing, shoes, whatever, you can use her to advertise your product and pay something small, and that money will go, we'll save that money, which will be used for her second cochlear implant surgery in South Africa. There's a little girl called Perpetual, whose father, someone told me about the father. The father was on a program on GH1. They were celebrating mothers, and he was celebrated as well because he's taking care of her daughter, who is 9 years, physically challenged. Her legs couldn't form very well because the mom tried aborting her, but the abortion didn't work and it affected the legs. So she crawls on the floor. And because of that, the man is unable to work. Like, he does just small works around his area, and he was living in someone's uncompleted garage, and the person was taking it back because the person said he wanted to continue the building, so they had to move. And the unfortunate bit was that the woman left the marriage. She said the man couldn't take care of her, so she left the child with the man. So the man had to be the one taking care of the child. He will carry her to school, and when they close, he will go and carry her back. So because of that, he's unable to work to earn money and all that. So I decided to help them. They needed a place to stay. We found one uncompleted building B like that, and we needed to complete it for him. So I raised funds and we completed the house. Just recently they had lights because I had to pay for their meter. It took almost like over 5 months for the meter to be installed after paying. So he said anytime they put the lights on, they remember like all the good things I've done for them.
Some beneficiaries of the Afi Antonio Foundation had this to say.
I've been working with Afi since 2018. So I think it's, I think the first time we started formally working together was 2018, but we've been together, we've known each other quite some time now for over 20 years. So it's not like it's just business. It's more or less like family friendship. And that's how come we've been together for all this while. Afi is a good person, I would say. She's like a sister to me, and then she's somebody with a drive. That's what I would say, because I don't know what pushes her. I feel I'm a strong woman, but what she does, it takes drive. If not, I don't know how she's been able to do this all this long. She keeps pushing, even though things are hard. She keeps pushing, and I always like, I feel umbrella, because when I confronted her with my daughter's issue, she said, why not? We'll do it. It got to a time I felt that it was just too much asking people for help. It was too much asking people for help, but she kept saying that, no, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. So I think she needs a lot of help.
Afi, she has been helping my daughter, a lot. My daughter Nanaya and the other girls. Afi has been done a lot for them. Actually, I know Afi. I think I saw a picture on Facebook. That was 4 years ago. Nanaya and her mom. So I contacted the photographer, and he gave me Afi's number. Yeah. So I chat with Afi and I told her that I want Yakoba to take part, and she said, okay. That was how the whole thing started. And she's like a sister to me. Afi, she's so good. To me and my daughter. So now she's even part of the family. Yeah. Afi is now part of my family now. But I really love her like my sister.
Afi has also been working with children with autism, setting some of them up in modeling.
I didn't set out to, do anything on autism. it just happened along the way. A mother posted a photo of her daughter on Facebook saying that she needs someone to help her to be a model. She needs someone to help her to be a model. So someone commented with my name because the person knows I'm a model. I saw the post and I said, okay, what can I do to help this girl? I had then booked a photo shoot session with Kweku David. So I quickly called Kweku David and asked him if he was okay for me to bring the girl along for my photo shoot. He said, oh yeah, he doesn't mind. So we went, we took the photos, it went viral. Other mothers saw it and they also started contacting me that they want their children to be models just like Nanaya. So that's how it all started. And then BBC saw the photos. They didn't believe that these girls had autism because the way they are able to pose and you know all that, they were surprised. So they contacted me, they came down, filmed our photo session, how I'm able to direct them to pose and all that. So yeah, as I'm talking now, GhanaWeb TV has also, you know, contacted me. They are filming some of my models. They want to do a little story on them as well.
The Afi Antonio Foundation is hoping to hold the first edition of Mr. and Miss Autism in a few months, but that hasn't been easy. She recalls how a hotel manager asked for sex when she went to seek sponsorship for the project.
You won't believe that I went to one hotel. You know, I'm searching for a venue for the event. And there's this one hotel, I won't mention the name of the hotel. I sent a proposal to, I went there to do a follow-up. The marketing manager was able to ask for sex, you know, just because I need your venue. At the end of the day, I'm going to promote your place for you in return. And you want to sleep with me too, like seriously. Sometimes these things happen and you sit and you ask yourself, like, you don't get it. Look, so yesterday a friend called me and he was like, you don't look cheerful. And I'm like, Charlie, I'm down. It's been difficult finding sponsors for the autism Mr. and Miss Autism Ghana. So he asked me to send my proposal and the budget so he will see if he can talk to some people. So I've had a lot of lows, but at the end of the day, I keep encouraging myself.
She also recounts how a member of parliament also tried to prevent her team from donating some lamps to children in his constituency.
There was this time we were going to one particular constituency, and I managed to trace the MP in that constituency. I booked an appointment to go and see him at Parliament House. I went there, I told him what we are doing and if he would want to support, because we were going to his constituency. And he was like, well, if he has anything for his people, he will go and give it to them himself. He doesn't see why he should give it to a third person or a second person. And I'm like, oh, Honorable, maybe you've not thought of this. We are already doing this, so why don't you just let us do it? We'll tell them it's from you. He still insisted that he would do that if he wants to himself and he wouldn't use any other person. I'm like, okay. So what he actually told me is the trick here. He told me that with his constituency, they've started erecting poles. So he's sure in the next 3 years, his people will have lights. But there's this village behind his constituency. He doesn't know when they will have light. So we should rather send it there. And he gave me 40 cedis for my transportation. Anytime I remember that encounter, I'm like, wow, you know, it's very heartbreaking for an MP to say that, like, I'm going to help your people and I just need your support, just something small. And this is what you tell me, that I should go and give it to someone else, but we still went to his constituency because that was, they had reached out to us that they needed the lamps and we had already gone there to do our research and they knew we were coming, so we couldn't give it to any other person.
Sometimes the people she helps tend to stab her in the back, and this discourages her from continuing her good works.
If I tell you what Perpetual's father did, you'll be surprised. He went on Kofi TV without telling me. And this is someone I'm already, and if I'm helping you, I make sure I help you for a very long time. Like I just don't do it one time and I leave you. So Perpetual and the father has been with me over 2 years that I've been helping gradually, because finishing a building is not that easy. We do it in bits, and when they need some money, the father will call me, oh auntie, today then I'll send them something small. Sometimes me myself, I don't have money, but I'll try and send 50 cedis, 100 cedis. So he calls once a while. So I was there and someone called me that I should watch, I should go on Facebook, Kofi's TV. Is that not Perpetual's father on Kofi TV? I'm like, wow. I went and I was watching it. And the part that killed me was that, oh, sister, be a friend of fee, wabua and pa, baby, or be an yamishano, or not to cement my. That was all he said about me. And I'm like, who is Afi? Like, at least even if you say, oh, Afi Antonio Foundation has been holding us down till now, that is even okay. You don't need to mention all that we've done. But if you say Afi, who is Afi? Like, and they put his number out there for people to send him money. So you see, after watching that, I called him and I'm like, so Mr. Saba, why did you do that? I don't have a problem you trying to find extra help. I don't have a problem with that. So you live all the way at Wager, somewhere in Wager, and I don't have a car. You came to my house, people came to my house, Boche, I will do to Wager. Almost every week or something, just to help you people for over 2 years. And this is how you want to pay me back. Like, so I told him, okay, I hope that the help he needs from Kofi TV, he's gotten it. And I can't continue their project because he can't come back to me because he's already gone back to another person, and we are all using social media. So imagine people who know that I've been helping you and now you are on Kofi TV, then you come back to me again. Even what you people will think that the monies I took to help you, maybe I've squandered the money.
Afi had these words for persons seeking to go into charitable works.
Whether it's worth it or not depends on the individual, the mind you have behind what you are doing. If you are going in just because maybe it's you want to be famous with what you are doing, or you want to make some quick money out of it and all that, that's the wrong way to go about it. But with me, when it comes to me, it has to do with the passion that I have of helping people. I love to see people happy. You know, sometimes someone needs just one CD, and you've changed the person's world. And looking at me, one CD is nothing to me. Excuse me to say, one CD, I don't see it as anything. But if you are able to, I'm able to give just one CD for someone and the person's life changes, and you know, the way the person is happy, I don't know how to express it, you know. The person will bless you, like, oh, God bless you. And in my head, I'm like, this is nothing. What is one CD? I don't see it as like my bibia, but the way the person will call you, thank you for what you did for me, God bless you. See, and I think the God bless you takes me out of a lot of things, I can say that. So for me, it's not about making anything out of it, but the fact that I'm able to touch lives. When I'm gone, let's say tomorrow I'm no more, what will people say about me? What I have to tell people, you know, sometimes the people you even help will stab you at the back. And if you are not doing because of the passion and because of God, and you are looking at what human being will say or do to you, you will stop at a point. You know, my autism models, some of the parents are saying I'm using them to make money for myself, and they are also saying that I'm using them for fame. So because of that, I've stopped working with some of them because of what their parents are saying, and their parents are now managing them and all. And so what I have to say to anyone who wants to toe this line is, it's not easy. If you don't have the passion, you don't have the passion for what you are doing, I'm telling you, some of these things will break you and you stop at a point.
Afi Antonio, founder of the Afi Antonio Foundation story, brings us to the end of this week's edition of The Untold right here on GhanaWeb TV. If you want to support Afi Antonio in all that she's doing, link up with her on social media. On all social media platforms is at Afi Antonio. We trust that you've been inspired like we always do on this show, and we hope that you join us again another time. Do remember to join us on all social media sites at The GhanaWeb, and visit us on www.ghanaweb.com for all news on entertainment, business, what have you. Stay glued to our YouTube channel for more content. My name, as always, is Eche Atisu.
Your friend me Yausapon, me a gospel musician, Yausapon and that's more for. You knew I won't hear me. I did a meeting my catcher one say, yesterday say, ye be bought or crabia home by. A son say, accident, a kumuni person ya be a wobias. Timino me no dear near Baya. Ye beat him accident is only will beat you, no a crowd to quine. Next time the overturn say ye fro uni mini pawi waka baby enye bibia accident nti mesre minuanom enyina yenye baako na ehwe kwan a yebitime tu saa ni ase na me no mi nu na yebitime aye. So do the right thing, save a life.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. May
their souls rest in peace. Again, these individuals, the late Jordan Anagba, former vice president of the FA, Medina United, those of you who remember, RSA Young, Mighty Victory, Mampobi, Yaola Danso, Power Lines, Kotobadi, Henry Ayi, my former boss at GBC, BT International. Ray Tunde was the owner of Cowling Babies. And then Mr. Kwenu, the Temalas, you remember Mr. Kwenu from Young Kotoko. And then Mr. Doe, MNS Doe, former chairman of the Central Regional Football Association. May their souls rest in peace. Mr. Ivan Zamberume as well. Yes. And all the people who contributed their quota, their life, their belongings, their money to the development of football who have lost their lives. May their souls rest in perfect peace. You may please take your seats.
I'm extremely happy that the National Juvenile League is being launched today, and I think this is long overdue. We expected this long, and we thank the current FA president for bringing back the Juvenile League. Football at the juvenile level is the best. I always say this: you can have a strong black star, but how do you replace them? If the foundation is not right, how will you have replacement? So I'm very excited that we have this coming. Having it coming back is one thing. Organizing it properly is one thing. The execution of it is the most important of it all. So yes, I'm excited that juvenile football is back. I'm very excited that the FA president himself have decided to chair the committee. I've seen what he's done with the youth at Dreams FC, so I'm happy that he himself is chairing the juvenile committee. Now, One thing that I want the FA or the committee chaired by the president to look at is looking at ensuring proper development into the players as compared to results. We need to let that team know that it is not all about result, but proper development of the kids. You know, football at the juvenile level is all about passion. Once these team handlers actually decide to put pressure on the boys, result, proper development will not be going through. So for me, in terms of organizing this, I think the FA will need to come up with workshop seminars to actually educate the handlers of the various teams that they should allow the boys to express themselves, have that passion to play rather than result.
Powers and principalities. There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump collapsed.
It's going to be fun to see how he goes about approaching this game.
Your Lordship, representing the Chief Justice Enim Yeboah, Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, under whose distinguished auspices we are holding this 16th Ray Akoto lecture. And through you, Your Lordship, you also salute all ministers here with us, and all members of parliament, all members of political parties, and executives who are here with us today. Mr. Maswelo Poku Ajiman, Director of Legal Education, and your colleagues in the faculty, you who have taken on the onerous but laudable task of organizing these annual lectures, congratulations for coming so far. Not too many people have been able to hold something like this for so long. We started the Kublenu lectures to honor people in the media who are also abused. It didn't last, it died. And I hope the Media Commission, the Journalists Association, will revive it and keep it going. Because if we forget our history, we will not grow. The Honorable Osuefri Akoto, Minister for Food and Agriculture, and keynote speaker of the, and also the 18th child of the inimitable and amazing Bafo Akoto. I felt a little bit jealous when some Chinese friends were going about how great this man is. Also a free, fantastic man. They were negotiating. They decided to continue the negotiation of a dinner. And the Chinese, they would toast you, kambe, and you have to down all your drink. And they were drinking brandy. They were doing it. They've done it with other Ghanaians. After 30 minutes, 40 minutes, the rest, they've succumbed. And I was saying how great this man is. I got a little jealous later. I said, don't mind him. He's not even half the man his father was. I said, what do you mean? I said, his father had 36 children. He hasn't even been able to produce 4 or 5. But Honorable, that was out of jealousy. This man is responsible for 1 and 2 of the 4 pillars that will make sure that the party that his father fought so hard to help us establish, that this party will break the genes of the 2 terms of the 8 elections that we've had. NDC has won 4, MPP has won 4. If the Minister for Agriculture, for Food and Agriculture, is able to mechanize and rejuvenate, rehabilitate agriculture to increase output and remove the yield deficit, everything we produce in Ghana, we only attain 50% of the attainable world yield. Maize, rice, whatever, cocoa, name it. If it's able to improve and overcome that yield deficit, and the 1 district, 1 factory gets the output to process in the districts where the young people live and stay, they will be able to have good paying jobs to stay in the districts so that they don't come to the towns, Accra, Kumasi, to burden the already overtaxed social infrastructure. Those are the 2 pillars. The other 2 pillars, free senior high school to improve the quality of our manpower for development. And the 4th one is putting a stop to bribery and corruption that has been holding us back for all these years. So he's responsible for 2. And if he's able to do that, we'll break the genes and we'll continue to establish